Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is going to be a video about new makeup releases, which I do every single week and I enjoy it every single week. So every thing I'm talking about, and the creator of the whole series, Samantha March, all her contacts and all my sources on Instagram, everything you will find in the description box down below. And without further ado, we're going to go right into it. And you know what? I think that this week is not so bad, you know. I don't think I have anything that is like really terrible, so that's nice. I know a lot of people watch these shows because because there's a lot of roasting going on, you know, roasting brands and like being mean and taking stuff apart, and this is not what I want to do, okay? But there are very nice things, and actually I want to start with one of my highlights today, and that is from Klarity Cosmetics. And I don't think this is a new launch, but I think it is a restock, but I have personally not seen this before. So this is how it looks, and this is the Blue Royal palette. And this is awesome. I mean, look at these swatches. So this is a 5-pan palette and it's 5 shimmers. The shades are amazing, and I so enjoy that it is like real blues. There is not a single one that has like a hint of turquoise or a hint of green or some kind of other hint. So this is amazing because it's just real true blues. So these are all shimmers, as I said. What I would like, and this is actually the concept that I do really like, these monochromatic palettes, and I've said that a long time ago. I've said that I want monochromatic palettes from every single color scheme. I want from every single color I want to have one monochromatic palette. So give me double this and then add to all of those shimmers the corresponding mattes. I would love this. I would want that in green and in purples and in blues and in yellow oranges and in red and pinks, and I would buy that. I would buy that because this is what I like. I so want this. You know, it's sort of the, this is sort of the idea of this palette that I got from MB Boutique, which is just greens, you know, and I love that. I'm actually wow. Stumbling over my own tongue. I'm actually wearing this today, and I think you can do so much with a palette like this. And then if you have a couple of palettes with different colors, then you have such a variety. The only thing is that I would really want to have mattes corresponding with the shimmers, but amazing. This I love so much. I think it's super beautiful. It's breathtakingly beautiful, really. So amazing. Okay, next thing is from Devinah Cosmetics, and they're coming out with the Butterfly Multi-Chrome collection. It is now available, and it looks like this. So these shades are wow. I mean, Devinah, she is going, I don't even know how she does it. There is every single week almost there is something amazing that she's releasing. So this woman is working really hard, I think. Absolutely stunning. Devinah is definitely one of the brands that I really want to check out this year. I have not ever tried anything, but I've heard such amazing things about her. So this is definitely on my list. These shadows look absolutely stunning. Next thing I wanted to show you is from a new brand that I have not spoken about and I've never heard about it, and it's Peach Co. Beauty. I think that's how you say it. So they are revealing their new palette, and it's called the Dreamer palette. I didn't even know that there were other palettes or something, but if they say it's a new palette, so that means I guess it's not the first one. So it is very pastel-y, like we've seen a lot of things in that color scheme. I think it is nice for the summer. It's playful, it's sweet, it's charming. Do I want this? Probably not, but it's nice. It's nice, and I wanted to show you also because it is a brand that I have not spoken about before. So, and I really like to do that. So this is from Peach Co. Beauty. That's how it's called. All right, the next thing, when I saw this picture here, I thought this is going to be liquid eyeshadows or something like this. But it's not only. It is from Tate Rounds, and they are releasing their spring set. So this is how it looks, which I think is a little bit late because it is already, people are already releasing their summer collections. So I think to call it a spring collection or the spring set is a little bit late, but you can see the two shades, the yellow and the pink in the top row are liquid lipsticks, which yellow is unusual. It's really, really unusual, and I don't know if a lot, like people like me, I don't think I could wear this, but because I'm just so pale, you know, and but anyway, the colors themselves are really, really beautiful, and all of the other ones are eyeshadows, so I really like that, especially the lime green, and well, all of them, really, they're really pretty. So that's from Tate Rounds. Next thing is from Alien Cosmetics, and Alien Cosmetics I have spoken about now a couple of times already, and this is their new palette. So last time or the time before, Alien Cosmetics was one of my highlights because I really, really, really love that palette. So this time, which palette was that we were talking about that was so amazing? I can't remember it now. Anyway, so this is their new palette, and it's coming soon. It's not live yet. So this is very subdued, really. It's not for me, but it looks nice for someone who is more into neutrals. And of course you have, it looks like that light pink in the top row is a glitter. I think it is a little bit hard to see, but maybe not. Maybe it's just a shimmer. It's really hard to say, but it looks a little bit chunky. Anyway, yeah, so that's another palette. I'm sure you can create a lot of nice looks with that. It's just that overall, I think this palette is a little bit too heavy in the sense of the shades are overall pretty dark, and I don't think that you can create a lot of, you know, light and shadow in one look. So I would miss that, but of course you could combine it with different palettes. So just saying that if I were to create a palette like this, I would like to have a little bit, like a bigger range from lighter to dark, and this palette right here is very dark overall, besides that one pink shadow. So just saying. Okay, the next thing is from Stroke Cosmetics, and if you remember a couple months ago I told you that the Creepy Cute palette is being restocked, and now because there was such a huge hit and people loved it, the quality, the shadows and everything, and it's still a favorite of a lot of influencers, now they're coming out with all of those shades from the Creepy Cute palette in singles. So I'm sure a lot of people will like that, because by now I think that palette came out early summer last year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of people will probably have hit pan already on a couple of, you know, their favorite shades. So now they can actually go back and get the singles of those ones that they have hit pan on, which is amazing. And I think it was a very good idea of them to come out with something like that. Okay, so I have to go back to Devinah because I just found another thing that I have saved here on my Instagram that I wanted to talk to you about. And girls, Devinah Cosmetics, I need to buy something from Devinah, really. Anyway, so this is dropping in June, and it's the Willy Wonka Exploders collection, and this is like so glittery and shifty and sweet, and these colors are so calling my name. I mean, seriously, look at them. I'm gonna see if by the time I'm editing this, if I see anywhere swatches or something, then I'm gonna include a different picture still, but this is what I'm going according to now, and I love this. And just looking at them, it makes me want to put on makeup, and this is how it should be. This is when it makes you so excited that you just want to take off what you have on and put on, and you know, and start from scratch. This is passion. I love this. So this is coming in June, and I don't have a price yet. No, I have nothing except that it's dropping in June, and I'm really excited to see what people do with this. I need to place an order. What can I do? I can't right now, but maybe later on this year. It's definitely on my plan. Okay, so the next one here is from Fancy Beauty Cosmetics, and this is the reveal of their new palette, which will be coming soon. I don't have a name, and no, I don't have a name. It's going to retail for $35, which I personally think is a lot of money for 9 pens, but that's just me. And they're saying here that 3 more palettes will be revealed soon. So this here is like the sunset kind of a palette, which is in itself nothing really spectacular, but it is very, very popular, especially for the summer. So, and it's beautiful. It's very, very pretty. You have 3 shimmers and the rest is mattes. And I think in this case right here, you have a nice range between light colors and dark colors to create a lot of depth in one look. And I think that's nice. This is what I was talking about, what the other palette before from Alien Cosmetics was missing, because it was overall really, really dark. So this looks nice enough. I don't need it, but it's nice. Okay, next thing is from V Cosmetics, and this is the Only Magic palette, and I thought that was actually really, really nice. And it's sort of a little bit, because I guess getting messages on my phone, sorry, because of the purple and the teals and the black, it sort of has a little bit the vibe of the Creepy Cute palette even. So this is very nice. It retails for £24, and you can use discount codes to get, you know, discounts. Oh, I'm so brilliant sometimes. Anyway, so this is the Only Magic palette. It looks really, really nice. I do like the color scheme, even though maybe it looks a little bit all over the place, but I can see looks that I would want to create with this. Do I want to get it? No. If I spend £24, it has to be better than this. But with all that being said, I think there is nothing wrong with this palette. It's just, for me personally, I would want, I don't know, something even more spectacular. Just saying. Speaking about spectacular, you have to see this. This is from Bitter Lace Beauty. These are diamond highlighters. Oh, girls, I love this. When I saw this popping up on my Instagram, I was like, girls, this is, I have to show you this. So, absolutely stunning. They're coming soon and not released yet. Loving this so much. I especially, actually, you know what, the yellow maybe not so much, because that is, it's very standard, like the yellow golden kind of highlighters, but the other 3 are super exciting for me. I would love to try this, how it looks, you know, when you actually apply it on your skin. So amazing. Very much looking forward to see people use this, and yay. All right, next thing is from Midas Cosmetics, and this is the Flower Bomb palette. It looks like this. So it is overall, of course, a very pastel-y palette all over. I do not like that there are pressed glitters in it. If that would be shimmers, I think it would be pretty perfect as a light spring kind of spring summer palette. I would really love this, but with the pressed glitters, I know that pressed glitters, to produce pressed glitters in a palette is cheaper than producing shimmers. So that's probably what they were thinking, you know, to keep their costs lower. But I do think that is a turn-off for a lot of people, and I don't think it's a wise decision to do that. I would think, not knowing anything about producing makeup, you know, I really don't, and I'm not claiming that I know a lot about this, but I do feel that if you would invest more in the sense of putting in shimmers instead of glitters, you would have bigger sales in the end, you know, because a lot of people would then buy it that are now deciding that they're not going to buy it because there are like, wait, 2, 4, 5, I think 5 pressed glitters, or even 6, I'm not sure, pressed glitters in that palette that they're not comfortable using. So it's sort of, how do you say that, like a two-edged sword, you know. I would love this palette if it wouldn't be with all the pressed glitters. I like glitter, and as you know, I do use glitter, but I don't want it in a palette. I want it on the side, you know, as a side order, sort of, you know, in a like a loose glitter. I can buy that anywhere. I don't need that in a palette. So that's a shame, because I do think that it's a nice palette. It has, again, a nice range between light and dark colors. You can create really nice deep looks with that, and I would love that, but with the pressed glitters, I have to say no, I'm sorry. Next thing is from Max Up the Makeup Cosmetics, and it looks like this. This is the, what's it called, Ready Set Summer palette. And while I don't think that the color scheme is really summery, even though it's really weird that the swatches look totally different than, I don't know, that they look totally different than the palette in that picture, and that throws me off a little bit, you know. Like for example, on the swatches, there is a dark blue, which I absolutely do not see in the palette. It's probably the black, or what looks like a black, that is the dark blue. But anyway, also the shadows that look a little bit more like orangey browns in the palette look way more vibrant in the swatches. So what is it? You know, I don't like that so much. I don't think this is super exciting. I do like the background of the palette, which is sort of that pool themed, the sun breaking into the little waves of the pool. I really, really think that's cute, and it's sort of like, it totally goes with the name of the palette, and it does give me summer vibes. Do I need this? No. But it's nice. It's nice for whoever wants this. Anyway, so just wanted to show you. The next thing I wanted to show you is from Colourpop, and it is still their birthday month, so they are popping out nice extras, sort of, you know. So this is the Kiss and Makeup Liquid Lipstick, Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick Set. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It retails for $58. Do I need this? No, but the colors look really, really nice, and I'm also not I'm not too much into super like matte finishes on the lips, so it's not really for me, but I do think that the colors would look really, really amazing, and I would love in general to have a whole range, like a set like this, a whole range of lipsticks. I would then probably though go for bullet lipsticks, and not for matte, maybe like a velvet kind of a finish, or shiny even, but like really matte is not so much what I'm looking for, but still I wanted to show you, because it is, you get a lot for your money here, and but it's matte, so just saying. The next release I wanted to show you is from Nabla Cosmetics, and they are coming out, or they have come out, with the Secret palette right here. So this is another good example of a half colorful and half neutral palette, and I think this is going to make a lot of people really, really happy who are leaning sort of towards both sides of the spectrum. So it looks really, really nice, honestly. I cannot speak of the quality. I just remember that the previous palette, or one of their previous palettes, that was the Poison Garden palette, was a bit of a disappointment. I don't own it myself, but I watched other creators trying to use it, and I think they had problems with the quality of the shadows. I don't know, I cannot speak for the quality of those shadows. I also remember that the outer packaging, when they sneak peeked the outer packaging of the Poison Garden palette, everybody had very, very high hopes that it would be very vibrant and like greens and I don't know, like poison, you know? And it wasn't. It was pretty subdued compared to like what you would think when you hear the name. But now this one here, do I have? Yes, here I have the outer packaging, and I think when you go back to how the palette itself looks, I think it is very true to what you see is what you get, and I really do appreciate this. So this palette will launch on the 22nd of May, and I think it looks really, really nice. I'm all for this. For some reason, I'm starting to lean both ways. Anyway, so this looks really, really nice. It's 15 shades with different finishes, mattes and shimmers, of course. And I think it is pretty nice. I have no... Do I have a price? I have no price yet, but just wanted to show you this is launching on the 22nd of May. Okay, next thing, and I spoke about this last week when I told you, I think it was even the first thing that I told you about, that Juvia's Place is sneak peeking a new palette coming up, and it was supposed to be, I think, the Nubian 3 palette, the Coral palette. So, of course, exactly what I said back then happened, that shortly after I had finished the video, they showed us the palette, and this is how it looks. So... I have very mixed feelings about this. First of all, those 3 grays in the top row, I have no idea what that is all about. I have absolutely no idea, because, you know, when I looked at this for the first time, I thought that this is just like a half, they're showing us half of the palette, and these top shadows are still left out, you know, they're still, how do you say that? Like, the color is neutralized, so we don't see the color yet, because they're I don't know, they want to show us later or something like this. I did not think for about a day or so that these are actually the colors, but it seems to be that these are the colors, and I think this is a disappointment, and I'm sad about this because I love Juvia's Place formula. I love their palettes in general. I think they're very creative, and they have nice color schemes, and I know that not everybody needs to have a super colorful palette. And they do come out with neutral palettes, and there is, you know, they should, you know, it's good. But this, I don't know, the big thing that is coral about the palette is the packaging, you know, and then, okay, so you have an orange and like 2 corals, and the rest is brown and gray, and that is, I think, a bit of a letdown, and I'm sort of sad about this. So this is definitely not something that I need. When I was imagining this palette last week when we spoke about it, I was thinking really a bit in the sense of a monochromatic palette with like oranges and corals. I would have loved this, you know, and I think a lot of people would have loved this. But okay, so there is something that, you know, whatever who likes this, there are people who like this. So anyway, it's not for me, unfortunately. Okay, we are almost done, girls. This is great. All right. Too Faced is releasing. Is it releasing, or it has already released? This highlighter palette. It's a hyper reflective glitter and sparkling dimension ice cream inspired vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate scented, I guess, creamy pressed powder formula. Are you kidding me? How long is that sentence? It doesn't make any sense. This is crazy. Okay, so it has a Neapolitan ice cream scent. What is a Neapolitan ice cream scent? I don't eat ice cream, so I have no idea. Anyway, this retails for $42, which is crazy. Anyway, so, but it's called, wait, it had a very cute name. It was, oh, the Triple Scoop palette. So that is really cute. Though I wouldn't buy it for that, you know. I think it is an extension of their, what was it called? The Tutti Frutti collection, which came out, I think, I want to say August or September last year. So this is an extension, and there's also a face mask, Pineapple Glow. I would actually want to try that, because I love the scent of pineapple, and I have actually never done a face mask, really, like not a fruity kind of one. I'm using a lot of Dead Sea products because I live here where we have the Dead Sea, and there are so many good products out there that are using those minerals from the Dead Sea, which are super healthy, and I use a lot of those products. But I would not be against using something like this, but that is, I think it's also $42. I would not pay that for a face mask. Sorry, I wouldn't. So it looks really nice. Yeah, just saying, it's not for me because it's just over the top, but you know. Okay, so the last thing I actually wanted to show you is one of the things that I'm most excited about, and I know a lot of people are knocking this already because it's Morphe. Let's face it, Morphe gets knocked just because it's Morphe, and I think that's not fair. So they're coming out with this palette, which is a purple palette, and I love this. I saw this and I want this. You know, this is one of my highlights this week because this is beautiful. I know that I'm going to use this. If I buy this, I will use this. I use all of my Morphe palettes. I like Morphe formula. I have no problem with it. I'm all for this. So this is really, really nice. It's 38 shades, mattes, shimmers, and sparklies, and one is a pressed glitter in the bottom row. The third shade to the right is a pressed glitter, and it retails for $35. And what I also think is really, really nice is that sort of when you separate that palette into halves, then you see that the right side is all like warm tones and the left side is all cool tones, and in the middle you have a few neutrals there. I think it is really beautiful, and I want this palette, and I hopefully will have that palette. Okay, so this will be available on the 14th, which means that is when you see this, it's already available. And let me think, what else is there to say? Is there anything to say? No. It's going to be online. Okay, so first of all, it will be available online, I guess, and not, I don't know when it comes to stores, but from the 14th on, it will be available online on the Morphe website. Okay, so this is all I wanted to share with you for this week. Okay, so let's just go very quickly through my favorites. So there is definitely the first thing that I showed you, that was from Klarity Cosmetics, that Blue Royal palette. Super, super stunning. Would love to have this, but for me it would have to be bigger. Just 5 is not, it's not good enough for me. I want the double amount of shimmers, like 10 shimmers and 10 mattes, corresponding mattes, but nevertheless this is absolutely stunning. I love it, love it, love it. Very, very beautiful. Then there's of course Devinah with the, what's it called, a butterfly multi-chrome collection that I showed you, and also the other thing, the Willy Wonka exploders. Wow, beautiful, absolutely stunning. This year, Devinah, we're going to meet this year. You're going to hear from me, I promise. All right, you can hold me to this promise. I'm going to make this happen this year. Okay, what else? The highlighters. Definitely the Bitter Lace Beauty highlighters. Absolutely stunningly beautiful. I would love to know the price though. I would really love to know. If I find out anything else, if I hear something, or if I see swatches or something like this, I'm going to still update you. But this is definitely one of my favorites this week. And I think I'm gonna leave it with those 3. So yeah, Klarity Cosmetics and Devinah and Bitter Lace Beauty. So what did you like best? Tell me. You can let me know in the comment section down below. I would really, really like to know. And if you like the video, give it a like. If you are new here and you would like to subscribe to my channel, I would love that. Please do so. And besides that, I'm going to see you tomorrow for my next video. I hope you're having a good day. Bleep, beep, boom. All right, I hope you're gonna have a very good day, and I'm gonna go and have some breakfast now because I really need some fuel for my brain. And up until tomorrow, hugs and kisses. I love you so much. Bye.